Welcome back, guys. It's simply to be here. If you're coming from the first episode, the cutting part of this video, you're welcome. And if you're just seeing this, please do well to watch the first part to see where we are coming from. Now, this is the front detail, okay? We're done cutting it. Now let's sew. Go ahead, place the lining front to front with the satin we cut, and then sew it all round. All right, except the neckline and the front opening. Okay, I was done sewing mine here. All right, turn it over just the way you can see me do. Yes, turning mine. Turn yours over, and please use a pin or a scissors, yes, to push out the, all right, you can see me doing mine. Push out some edges that may be hidden inside as you turned it, right? Push them out very well, nicely. Please be careful not to tear it up. After you are turning, you don't turning it, then give it a good press. Now this was mine. I was done ironing it here. You can see how good and beautiful it's looking, how neat it's looking. Please, for me, this way is better and best than the folding part or whatever style you may want to use. Anyway, you do what works for you. This works for me perfectly well, and that's why I'm using it, and I'll continue to use it. Okay, now I had marked the lining side, which is back of that pieces, as you know. Now this is the front pieces. This the satin side, that is what is facing the back of the Ankara. I don't know if you get what I mean. This our front detail. The front part of it is the satin, of course, and not the lining part. That's why I marked it bad, so we could quickly identify that it's facing the back side of the Ankara print. Here I was done sewing mine, and then I went ahead to notch. Now let's flip it. Okay, you turn it over to the front side of the Ankara. Once you turn it, now the two pieces, the fronts of each of them now should align it, like the face of the black material should face up, and then the front of the Ankara should face up as well. Go ahead and give it a good press. This was how mine looked after ironing. Now at this point, I placed this hemming gum underneath while ironing. Okay, you can see how it's laying flat already, so I'll just go ahead and run a stitch across it. Now this is it. I was done doing that, and then I went ahead to join the shoulders of both the front piece and the back pieces. You can see it. I had joined the shoulders, and then I had went ahead to neatly overlock them. Okay, I had gone ahead to neatly overlock them. You can see how neat it's looking already. Now this is how the back side of the pieces is looking. Okay, you can see how the back side is looking, very neat. Now on the sleeve area, you place that black pieces we cut earlier, the extension on the sleeve side. Yes, this is me. You place it on top, and then you sew it with half an inch. This is it. I was done joining mine with here with half an inch here, and then I had went ahead to neatly overlock it here. You can see how neat it looks. Now over to the collar. This is the neck of the gown we are making. Now go ahead, place your tape and measure round the way I'm just pointing. Measure round your neck neatly. Just watch the way I did mine. Okay, please don't stretch. Don't widen the neck of your neck, the neck of the dress on the process of measuring. Just place the tape on it, and then gradually wrap it around the neck. Okay, just hold it firmly, don't stretch, don't draw it, please. You can see the way I'm quietly, gradually doing mine. Go ahead and do yours the same. Measure it all around, please. You can measure it 2 times, you can measure it 3 times, or just to be accurate, in order for you not to cut a short-lengthed collar, as we are gonna do a freehand cutting. Yes, we will be cutting the collar freehand. Okay, so that's why you need to be accurate here. Don't stretch, please. Remember. Now, I have a 17-3/4 here. 17-3/4. Mine wasn't up to 18 inches. Okay. Now I had gone ahead to cut out the pieces I'll be using for the collar. Yes, this particular one is about 22 inches length. Like I cut excess fabric. Okay. Now this particular one is 22 inches long and then about 4 inches wide, which will be 2 inches on fold. Just this way I have 2 inches. Now the other is 22 inches wide length as well, 22 inches long, and then 3 inches wide on fold. Okay, if you open it up, you have 6 inches is on fold right there. So I have 3 inches. Now this one of 2 inches will be serving as a collar stand. Okay, now go ahead, mark out your starting line, leaving 1 inch aside. Okay, mark your starting line 1 inch above. Just leave 1 inch above. You can see how mine was there. All right, now I'm marking the 17-3/4 here, which is the measurement I got while I measured my neckline. Then I had marked it there, 17-3/4, and then I went up to that starting line. I added 1/2 inch to it. This will serve our turning, like we'll use it to turn the collar, the sides of the collar. We'll get there. So I had added the 1/2 inch to it, and then at the other end I added 1/2 inch as well. Okay, honestly, I didn't, this part of this video pained me because this is kind of an important aspect too. I was really surprised, like at the end of the video when I wanted to do some editing, and I realized that my camera didn't cover up the whole thing. It pained me, but you will understand. Just pay attention to the notes, what I'm saying, pay attention to what I'm saying, and then watch what I'm doing. You will pick it up. All right, I had cut out excess fabrics that I had there, and then I slit it open. Like I divided it into 2. It was on fold, so I opened it up, and now I will fold it into 2 to get the midpoint. Okay, you can see me aligning it together to make sure the 2 are equal. And then you can see me trying to get the middle point. All right, just do yours the same way. And now I went ahead to notch the middle part on both ends. I notched on both ends. Okay, the up and down, I notched the middle point. You can see it here. I'll set that aside. Get the other one. Good. This one will be serving as our collar spread. The collar, yes, this is what we'll be using for it. Now go ahead and mark the same thing you marked the other side. Mark a starting line, leaving 1 inch above it. Good, just like the way you did to the other pieces. Go ahead, mark 17-3/4 or whatever measurement you got while you measured your collar, your neckline. You can see me mark mine 17-3/4. Good. Now I still added 1/2 inch as well, up and down the same way I did on the other pieces. Go ahead and do so on this one too. Just watch me do that on mine, and you will understand what I'm trying to say here. All right, This is me trying to extend the initial line so not to make a mistake. And then I came out by 1 inch, half an inch, sorry. I came out by half an inch. Yes, this half an inch will serve as the turning. We'll use it to turn the sides of the collar, like I said earlier. Now I was done doing that. Yes, this is me folding it into 2, just exactly what I did on the other pieces. Fold it into 2 and get the midpoint as well. Okay, here I'm trimming off the excess fabric I had first, and then I notched the middle point on both ends. Okay, just watch. Oh my god, have mercy, it didn't show as well. All right, I was just notching it both up and the down. I was just aligning it together to make sure they both align together before I notch. All right, I had notched it up and down. Okay, now pick your measuring tape. Not on the folded edge, like the part that is folded. That was why I opened it, so you could see what I meant there. The side that was closed, I didn't slit this one open like the other one. But on the side that was closed, I just pick up my tape, place it on it, and then measure half an inch inward, just to create a slight, just to beautify it a little bit, just a small slant there. Actually, this is not really a must. Sometimes I do my collar straight up and I still get what I want. Okay, but yeah, I just want to beautify this one. Okay, I marked half an inch inward and then use my pattern master and then slant it. You can see the way I did that. Then I'm gonna trim it off, and then this way I had cut it open, just like the other one. I don't know if you get what I mean. Please, you can save the video and then watch it twice to get it clearer before you cut yours. Okay, that way you'll be more into it, okay, not to make a mistake. Now look how it looks like, just a bit slanted, whereas the front one is straight. That's how yours should look. If you don't want it slanted this way, you can leave it like I said earlier. I do leave mine whole like that. Like I don't make that slant sometimes. Okay, let's continue. Now pick up your tape. On this side where you added that half an inch, you can see the initial line of that half an inch that I added. Just come in by 1 inch. Just come in by 1 inch. If you look at a shirt collar, yes, there's a slant there. That's what we are trying to create here. Just come inward by 1 inch. Please make sure they are aligning. You can see me always aligning my own, not to make a mistake. Please, if one is shorter than one, at the end of the day, it will affect your collar. Yes, it won't rhyme with your neckline. You start to struggle while sewing it, and then after sewing it, you may find one or two way out, and after sewing it, one of the collar will be longer than one. It's not nice. Okay, that's why you need to pay attention. Always align them before you make any changes. Good. Now this is how it should look. This is how it should look. Now when you look at some collar, if you look at some collar, yes, there is a slant, like the collar stand has something like a C cut, like a C curve at the beginning of it. Yes, that's what I'm trying to explain here. You can curve yours, you can leave it whole, you can play around with it anyhow you want. Yes, some look like this. This is what I was trying to say. Some colors their shape look like this, but mine, I don't want it like that, so I'm just leaving it whole. So if you want yours like this, just go ahead, shape it on the two ends, and while sewing you trace that line up. But mine, I want it this way, so I didn't do that. Now let's sew. Go ahead and sew that slanted side of your collar spread. That is where you will close up. That side that you slanted, that is where you will close up. Sew it with 1/2 inch. Sew it with 1/2 inch. Then the other side too. Just see the way I did mine. See the way I sew mine. 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch by the side, 1/2 inch on the other edge where you slanted, and 1/2 inch on the other edge. That's it. So you turn it up from this side that is left. And please trim off the excesses. Yes, trim them off. Trim them. Yes, trim them really well. Reason, it makes your collar more relaxed. Like there will be no bulkiness. Not at all. Why join it to your dress or your shirt? It reduces bulkiness and makes them lay flat after you are done sewing. Okay, now this is me turning my own and then trying to poke out some hidden sides with my scissors. You can use needle, you can use pins, whatever you can use. And that's what I did, and then give it a good press. Here I was done ironing mine, you can see. So go ahead and run a stitch across. If you look at your shirts, you notice the line, you see them. All right, so just go ahead and run a stitch on the collar spread. All right, here I was done with the stitches. You can see how mine look. It's not up to 1/2 inch, just to beautify it. Okay. All right, I was done with the collar spread here. Now over to the collar stand. You see that notched area? Pick up your collar spread. You know it's 2 pieces. You divide it into 2. Good. Place them front side. You see the way I'm doing my own. Make sure the both front side are covering the collar spread. The both side, make sure they are covering the collar spread, like 1 pieces. You can see it. The stay, the side that I applied stay on, is facing up. This side is the front. I place the collar spread. All right, please make sure the notched areas are aligning. Please, and please. Now the other side, the front side, I use it to cover up the spread. Good. And then you pin it, please. Pins are important here now to avoid any shaky or any move. Good. All right, pin that up. Pin it up very nicely. All right, pin them up all through. I was done pinning my hair. Then go ahead and sew. Please watch where you sew. Now leave 1/2 inch, measure 1/2 inch. All right, and then you start to sew. 1/2 inch, and then 1/2 inch all through. I don't know if you understand what I meant. Leave 1/2 inch aside. This 1/2 inch you left from that place my line started inward. You will use that 1/2 inch to join the collar to the dress. 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch all through round the collar. Please, you can watch the video 2 times or 3 times just to get what I'm trying to say. All right, you sew it all the way, all through down. Yes, you see that place that I make a slant. If you want your own collar stand to have a slant, this is where you will slant it. That's why I drew that chalk to show you what I meant. But mine, I'm not gonna do that. I just want my block in block form. I don't want any C-cut or any slant. This is what I want. Okay, I have gone ahead to sew that down. This is what it looks like. You see the way I sew mine? Good. This is how you sew yours. All right, this is how neat it looks. Okay, now let's turn it. Please trim. It's very important. Trim off the excesses, please, to avoid bulkiness while sewing. It makes the collar lay flat, like it relaxes flat. You won't encounter any stress while sewing. Okay. I had gone ahead and trimmed off the excesses, and I had turned my collar. Okay. I'm just trying to check. I hope everything hope everything corresponds before I join it to the shirt, just to be sure. All right, everything is okay. I was happy with what I had. Now go ahead and give it a good press, and please, while ironing, fold in 1/2 inch in on one part of the collar stand. I'll show you what I mean. Please be patient. Fold in 1/2 inch in. Okay, this is what I meant. 1/2 inch in on one side of the collar stand, so the other side will stand up while one side 1/2 inch will fold in. I don't know if you get. Yes, do that all through. Yes, from the beginning, from the edge, from the beginning to the down. Fold 1/2 inch in, and then press it very well. Press very well, so it will relax very well. Good. You need ironing while handling sewing collar. You need ironing, yes, so it helps it come out lines, and you'll be seeing what you are doing, what you are sewing. Okay, if there is any mistake, you figure it out immediately if you're ironing while sewing. So it's important. Now I was done folding my own. I was done ironing it here. You can see how smooth, you can see how sweet the collar is looking. All right, this is what I meant. From top to bottom, I folded in 1/2 inch while I was ironing. Okay, this is it, and this is the other side. I didn't touch that side. I just ironed it up. Just leave that part. This is the collar. All right, let's get our dress, and then let me show you the next step on how to attach the collar to the dress. Okay, this is the dress. Now pick up your collar, pick up the dress, start from one end. Good. Align them. Alignment is very important when handling collars. Honestly, you see that part that you didn't iron, that will be the part you place on your dress or shirt or whatever you are making. That side, that part that you did not fold, that side should be on the dress, on the outfit you are making. Good. Make sure it's aligning. Please don't let the collar be shorter than the dress, the neck, or the neck be longer than the collar. Make sure they are both aligning. Good. Now you go ahead and pin it all around. You can pin it all around. You can go over to your machine and sew it if you are used to. Like me now, I can sew it like that. I just want to pin it for the sake of this video and show you what to do. That's why I'm pinning. So you can just go ahead and sew. Good. But I'm pinning here, so just go ahead and pin. Pick up the neck and then align the collar to it, and so please make sure they are both equal. They are aligning. One is not longer than one, please. That is very important. You can see the way I'm doing my don't stretch, please, auntie, brother, do not stretch. Do not stretch the collar. Do not stretch your neck, please. Do not widen any of them, please. Very important. You can see me aligning mine. Very, very important. And then while I align, I pin. I align, I pin. I align, I pin. Good. To hold it down. Go ahead and sew it with 1/2 inch. You can see the way it's looking. This is how it should look when you are done sewing, please. All right, I was done sewing here. I joined the collar to the neckline. That's the first sewing. You can see how the collar is standing. You can see how neat it's looking. Good. All right, see the way I sew. No one pass each other. That's how you should do yours. Now let's cover it up. Pick that side you folded. You can see the way I'm pushing mine in. Pick that side you folded and use it to cover up that stitch, that first stitch you make. You can see it clearly. Thank God this one show well. Use that, just you'll see the way it falls on top of it. There's no stress here. So long as you got it right from the ironing, from your cotton, what you will just see it. It will just fall on top of each other. No stress here. I'm telling you the truth. So just go ahead and sew it straight up. And then after that, you run a stitch across. Just the way I'm showing you. Just the top stitch like you did in the collar spread. Let me sew mine and show you. Alright, I was done sewing it here. See the way it looks. You see how it's relaxing, like no puff anywhere. It's relaxing because there was no bulkiness, there was no excesses. I wasn't trying to push in anything or hiding anything. Yes, it's just relaxed on its own. I'm just showing you how neat it is all around. No puff, no dragging anywhere, nothing. It's just on its own. It sat bam on its own. Now let's go ahead and run that stitch, like to beautify the neck. Honestly, I can leave it like this if you want to. You can leave it like this, but I like running that stitch and up on top. Like it makes the collar sweet, honestly. All right, let's go do that, and I'll come back and show you how it looks like. I was still over the collar here. All right. Everything is equal, is balancing at all age, like everywhere. Okay. All right. Okay, I was done with the top stitching here. Okay, you see it? The top stitching helps to beautify the collar the more, and then help to hold it down the more. Like, oh, see how beautiful it looks. That's how yours should look, please. Okay, this is just it. No stress to fold or bend collar. No, it just slaps on its own. Assuming it's a shirt. Now, assuming I'm making a shirt, I'll just put button there. Now, this is the gown after attaching the collar. This is how the gown looks like. Okay. Yes, so it's taking place. It's taking shape. So let's continue. All right. Okay. This is it. Okay. All right. The next thing to do here now is just to flip it by the wrong side. Turn it over to the wrong side, and then it's time to close it up. Time to shape it. Okay. You just shape it with 1 inch from the sleeve down to the pocketings, down to, you close it up, and then stop at that your notch. Yes, remember it has a slit towards the down part. You stop at your first notch because we notched twice. Good. And then you fold. From your folding, let it stop at the second notch while folding, and then go ahead and give it a good press. Okay, this is my collar, how it looks like on the dummy. I was done with the dress here. This is how the collar looks at the back, how it's sitting on my dummy. Okay. All right, see how relaxed the collar is. All right, this is the full dress. Oh, my camera wasn't even doing this well, but we move. All right, thank you very much for watching this video up to this moment. Please like, share, and comment if this video was helpful. Thank you very much. My subscribers, God bless you all. Thank you for watching.